This past Monday, the Green Bay Packers have announced that they'll be releasing Jaire Alexander. This has caused confusions, frustrations, and definitely outrage amongst Packers fans. But at the end of the day, this was a wise decision for the Green Bay Packers and something that I've expressed in my videos on this channel. If Jaire was not going to take a pay cut, he was going to get outright released. It is hard to justify paying him $17.5 million if he's played in 50% of games the past 4 seasons. If you look at things from Goot's eyes, right? Can he have kept Jaire for one more year? He could have, but the past 2 seasons, when you're missing 10 games back to back, they don't want to take that risk of potentially paying Jaire that money to potentially be a part-time player and sit on the bench if he were to get hurt again. This is a bittersweet news for us Packers fans. We all love Jaire Alexander. Out of all draft picks that Brian Gutenkunst has selected, Jaire has been to multiple All-Pros. And whenever Jaire is healthy and when he is healthy on the field, he definitely makes his team better. Since the start of the Jordan Love era, 2023, in the 14 games when Jaire Alexander is healthy, the Green Bay Packers are 10-4 with a 71 winning percentage. When he is off the field, the Packers are 10-10 with a 50% winning percentage. So obviously with Jaire on the field, he has a huge impact on the team, but he just can't stay healthy. And like I said, it's very hard to justify paying Alexander the $17.5 million. So with the Packers releasing Jaire Alexander, the Green Bay Packers now have the third most cap space. And I'm sure a lot of it will probably go to internal extensions and probably keep the same core that the Green Bay Packers have. With that being said, because I don't want to spend too much time of the what could have been, but we can only focus on the present and see how we can get better for the future. So where things stand right now with the cornerback room, we have Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, Carrington Valentine, Kamal Hayden, Michael Robinson, Javon Bullard, Isaiah Dunn, Kalen King, Tyron Herring, Gregory Jr., and an asterisk next to Bo Melton since we've seen him playing cornerback in training camp. Is this a great elite cornerback room to go into this upcoming season? It's not. Is it the worst? It's not. It's it's okay. It's fine. But very rare do teams make it to the next level and have Super Bowl aspirations when they lose this many cornerbacks in their room. They lost a handful in the offseason, and with the release of Jaire Alexander, this cornerback room really needs to step up. Let's talk about Nate Hobbs for a little bit. We did bring him in as a free agent, but I know we do get on Jaire Alexander playing in 50% of the games the past 4 seasons. Nate Hobbs has only played in 55% of games the past 4 seasons. So maybe an extra 2 games more than Jaire Alexander. We are pretty much banking on Nate Hobbs to be healthy this season, but looking at the depth, it is very uninspiring. Maybe an injury or two, and this cornerback room is in really trouble. It's in big trouble, especially if the pass rush is not there. If DeMarcus Covington can pretty much take this pass rush to another level, we did bring in a new defensive line coach that can definitely mitigate the risk to this cornerback room. But if the pass rush isn't there, and we go into the season week to week, it could potentially be a long season for the Green Bay Packers defense. I understand that the Green Bay Packers had a top 10 defense when Jaire Alexander went down last year, but if you're excluding the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions, we pretty much got lucky with a very light schedule, and a lot of those teams that we faced were subpar teams with subpar quarterback play and just weren't at the level of the Green Bay Packers. The Packers did have a hard time getting W's against teams better than them, but when it came to playing against teams that were probably just a little under us or just worse than us, we did take advantage of those teams. So overall, yes, top 10 defense, but we did have quite a light schedule after he got hurt besides the Vikings and the Detroit Lions. This is going to be a very tough season for the Green Bay Packers. If you look at the whole entire week or the whole entire regular season for the 2025 for the Green Bay Packers, each and every week there is pretty much a top 15 wide receiver on each team. We have the Philadelphia Eagles. I know the Giants are not a great team, but you still have to deal with Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, handful of great wide receivers in this upcoming schedule. We really need this cornerback room to step up. We really need this pass rush to really step up. Now, with that being said, did the Green Bay Packers regress by releasing Jaire Alexander? No, I don't think so. This is still a playoff caliber team. Looking at this team, looking at the schedule, this team is still capable of going above 500. This is a young group, and for them to still make the playoffs and back-to-back seasons, this team knows how to win. This team knows how to rally together. I have confidence in this team to at least make a playoff push this upcoming season. It's a very hard schedule, top 10 hard schedule. We are going to be facing tough receivers throughout the whole season, but this team is still able to at least make some noise, make a playoff push, and potentially fight for a division title. In my eyes, I still think it's between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions in this one. But did we do enough to elevate this roster? Did we do enough to make this team dominant in the offseason? I don't think so. I think Goot probably has a plan in mind, especially with that amount of cap space that we saved by releasing Alexander, whether that's trading for a superstar or bringing an all-pro player on the defensive side of the ball to help elevate this defense, or what that may be. I'm 80% sure that most of that cap space will probably just be providing extensions internally and just retaining that core. But with this cornerback room by Jaire being released, it's a bit uninspiring, but this cornerback room really needs to step up because this season is going to show us what this team is about, what this roster is about, because this is a very hard schedule compared to what it was last year. We need this pass rush to be enhanced because if we have a lot of concerns about this cornerback room, a lot of eyes are going to be on Covington to see if he can elevate this pass rush because with a great pass rush, that helps mitigates the risk of this cornerback room. I have full confidence on this cornerback room stepping up. The one player that I see in this cornerback room that should have a great training camp and at least make some noise is going to be Carrington Valentine. Hobbs has been injury prone the past 4 years. Keyshawn Nixon, he has been helping us out in the cornerback room, but you actually have to look at this from a different perspective. If the Green Bay Packers were to somehow release or cut Keyshawn Nixon, how many teams out there are going to sign Keyshawn Nixon to be a CB1 and a CB2 on their roster? Probably none. So the way I view is Keyshawn Nixon just has been serviceable, hasn't been great, hasn't been the worst, but has been just enough to help this room out. Like with Nate Hobbs, injury prone. Hopefully he can stay healthy and help us out. He's definitely an upgrade from Eric Stokes. Very physical in the run game. Hopefully he can stay healthy. My eyes are going to be on Carrington Valentine to at least break out in year 3 and claim that CB1 position. But overall, it is bittersweet, but it's hard to justify paying Jaire Alexander $17.5 million and playing in 50% games. Similar to, do you expect your job to pay you full salary if you're showing up to work 50% of the times? But bittersweet, it hurts that Jaire Alexander. This cornerback room is a bit uninspiring, but like I said, they're going to have to step up. Don't know if I see Brian Gutenkunst bringing a cornerback from a different team, whether that's trading or adding an additional cornerback to this room. Don't know if I see that. Maybe, if anything, I can see Goot probably finding a way to enhance the pass rush, enhance the trenches. I think this might be it with the cornerback room, unless injuries do pile up or they're just not performing at their best. But I think where things stand, I think we're probably going to go into the season with this cornerback room. Hopefully, we can see an elevation in the pass rush. But yeah, these are my thoughts on Jaire Alexander being released and my thoughts on the Green Bay Packers moving forward. Hopefully, Goot can probably make some moves. It is a very tough schedule. It does hurt to have Jaire not on the team, but let's have full confidence. I think we should be fine. I think we should all expect everyone on this team to ride together and stick together and elevate the performance, and everything should be good. Like I said, I believe we're still a playoff team. I still believe we'll be above 500, and I think we should at least make some noise in this season. But it all starts with this cornerback room stepping up as well as the pass rush, because if you look at this cornerback room compared to the receivers we're facing, it's going to be tough if the pass rush is not there. But here are my thoughts on what I feel about the Packers releasing Jaire Alexander. I do believe it's a smart move, but all in all, everyone in this defense should be stepping up. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and comments on the section below and what you think what Goot may be doing and your thoughts on this cornerback room and what the Packers should do moving forward. But thank you so much and catch you guys next time.